Okay guys, so this is the second engine that I ordered. This one comes from West Virginia. This one is in better shape than the other one. Now this one has, I don't see any rust in there, so that's good. It's from Rusco's Truck Parts in West Virginia. Now this is a newer engine, I'll let you know. You see the throttle body here. Basically this is the gosh, I forgot the name for this. I'm tired. I've been working on this car all day, my car all day, and the engine just arrived. But this is where you control the throttle, okay? And everything here is electronic, so this is what's changed, okay? Whereas on my old engine, it's got the wire here, okay? So what I'm going to do here, this one here comes with complete harness. See, it's got the complete harness and everything here. So what that means is that I'm going to have to switch out the harness here and put my old harness in, so that if there's any electronic that is not supposed to be here, it could be taken out, and I can install the old electronics from this engine into here if need to. So as you can see here, this is my old harness from the engine here. Sorry about the mess, but yeah, so we're going to be switching out the harness here, putting the old harness in, my original engine's harness in, and that's that. So let's open this together, okay? As you can see here, it's been sitting for a while, but I can see that there's no rust in there, so that's what's good about this. So let's speed up this process. Okay, so this engine is obviously a better condition than the one I shipped out. Okay, so this pulley is pretty quiet. Oh, this is loud, but I'll switch that out. Okay, so anyway, this is still good. Switch that out with my old one. So let's see, add filter and oil. So that's what they want me to do. So I think it's this Roscoe 91715. So I think that's how long this engine has been sitting in their garage today. So it's 2017 right now, it's March. See, it says add filter and oil 9/17/2015. So I think that's how long it's been sitting. It's a 2004 Tundra engine. That's pretty cool. So, and you know, I take it that's been sitting, so it's not that rusty. What I'll do is I'll run it. I'll use a wire brush and run this over with the wire brush. What's good about this is that my heat shield here is still on. I'm going to swap out this heat shield because my original one from that engine right there is better condition. So I'm going to put the engine here, install this engine onto here. Okay, and we'll go on from there. Okay, so another recap. So as you can see, this thing has no flywheel. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to exchange this flywheel with the old one that I have over there, install it in here. But before that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a wire brush and clean all this junk out. And I think I'll spray some, I don't know, I guess I'll just use wire brush to brush this out so that it won't rust. Spray some. Okay guys, so this engine looks kind of legit. As you can see here, there's no rust in here. On the outside there was rust, and so I used my wire brush to brush the rust out. But This is where the rear main seal goes. There's the crankshaft right here, and so there's no rust in here. So that's what's good. And what's good about this is that there's no sign of burnt oil. Okay, and I'll show you. Okay, so remember that spot, and this is the plate here. This comes from the new engine that I just showed you. See here, I haven't even worked on it. There's no sign of burnt oil here, and that's what's good about this part. This is mine from my original engine from my Tundra. Look at the oil; it looks like it's burnt. And this thing has 190,000 miles on it, and I have to be honest, my truck, the original engine, which is that one right there, okay, I drive it very hard, and this is my mule, and so I could understand why there's so much sign of burnt oil here. So that's with this one. So with this one, there's no sign of burnt oil, so that's good, and that's what I was looking for. So we're gonna oh, and this is the exhaust manifold shield that I have. That came with the engine here. So it looks to be that this engine has been sitting since September 17, 2015, for about a year and a half. So I checked out here. It's not that bad. I was able to take out these bolts without the shield bolts from the brackets here. Okay, without any breakage of the bolts that's bolted there. So that's a good sign for me. So what I'm doing now is I am gonna be loosening this wiring harness right here because I don't need it. The reason why I don't need it is because I have my old wiring harness. I'm gonna use that one. And another reason is because it's not compatible. My old system is not compatible with this. So I'm going to remove this, the plenum. I'm going to remove it and put my old plenum in. And the reason is because, see this? This was shipped damaged here, which I could use my old plenum. So basically, after I remove my harnesses, what I'm going to do is I'm going to install the flywheel there for temporary thing, so I could do compression tests, and yeah, basically so I could do compression tests on this engine. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward this, guys. Okay guys, so as you watched me do this in real time, or hyperlapsed, you saw me take out the wiring harness, removed everything, and now we have the bare engine. Okay, so as you can see here, first impression, I have not touched it, I have not done anything to it. You can see there's some slight rust here, but as you can see here, the engine has been sitting since 2015, so that's almost 2 years. Okay, so there's some rust on the camshaft here. That's okay, that's to be expected. That's what happens when you let the engine sit without oil or running. So as you can see here, what's good about this is aside from these little surface rust here, it's okay with me. What I'll do is I'll have to clean it before I turn the engine, and so I'll have to clean this out before I turn the engine, because I don't want the rust here to become like sandpaper on the shims down there. So, but I have a good vibe about this engine. As you can see here, the head here is clean. It's not yellow. Okay, so that's what's good. On this side, same thing, same story. Some surface rust on the cam, but like I said, that's to be expected. As you can see here, there's no sign of burnt oil like the last engine. Okay, and that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so let's look at the valve cover here. Look at that. No sign of burnt oil. So it looks to me like whoever owned this truck took care of it. Okay, and as you can see here, no sign of burnt oil, so that's good for me. Okay, look at the valley here. Everything is in place. It doesn't look that bad. Okay, as you can see, I installed the flywheel there. Replaced. Well, it didn't come with the flywheel, so I used my my truck's flywheel, my original engine's flywheel. Swap it in. I feel very good about this. I just need to soak this with PB Blaster for a while, and then I'll come back out and clean it, and then that's that. Well, okay guys, so I sprayed down the this with my PB Blaster, and I slightly sanded it with my 1000 grit sandpaper. So I'm going to turn this engine, but before I do that, I'm going to have to remove spark plugs. I'll let you know. I removed the first spark plug. Oops. And this is the first spark plug. It looks really nice. It's not foul. And let's see. Hocus focus. Okay. So it's not foul. It looks really nice. It's dry, so that's what I was looking for. The first engine that came in, the rusty bucket of bolt that I had, the spark plugs were oily and it was black, but this one's dry. Okay. So this one is dry as well. Okay, dry and normal wear and tear. That's good. Okay, so see these spark plugs right here, they've been sitting here for inside the engine for about 2 years, so there's been some corrosion here, which is normal in a damp climate. But what I'm looking for is the tips here, and the tips looks really nice, dry, and normal wear, so there's no sign of abuse here. Okay, so this is what I did. I cleaned the valves here. I mean, not the valves, the camshaft here. And if you can see, we made it very, very nice. And we also used a wire brush to brush out the oxidized aluminum there. And it looks really nice right now. There's still some surface rust on the cam lobes, but that's okay. It'll eventually go away. So on this side as well, there's no more. Well, there's a little bit of a rust on the cam lobes, but it's all right. And the reason why it's glistening is because I put some oil there, and I've used my old starter and turned the engine, and that's why there's oil there like that. It's to aid in the lubrication of the camshafts. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to be checking full valve clearance, and after that I will record it and show you what the result is. So I'm hoping that everything's good. So I'm gonna fast forward this. Okay guys, so this is what we got. You can see here, cylinder 1 intake side is between 10,000 to 8 thousandths of an inch, and exhaust side is 12 thousandths on both sides. So intake 8 on the number 3 cylinder. Exhaust is 11 and 12. Cylinder number 5 is 8 thousandths to 9 thousandths of an inch. On the intake, exhaust is 12 to 12 on the exhaust side. Cylinder number 7, 70 thousandths to 80 thousandths of an inch on the intake. And as you can see the exhaust is 12 thousandths of an inch. The only variance that we have on this engine here is the cylinder number 8 that is not within spec. That is 13 thousandths of an inch on the exhaust side or intake side. The limit is 10 thousandths of an inch, so I'm thinking that when the engine heats up, it'll go back to 10 thousandths of an inch, so that's okay. But everything here, I'll show you the data, is within spec. I is for intake, E is for exhaust. Cylinder number 2, 4, 6, 8, they are within spec on intake and exhaust side on all of the cylinders here. But we're doing this code, so there could be some variable here. But we're supposed to, ideally you're supposed to do this on a warm engine, but as of right now it's still pretty good. I realize cylinder number 8 on the intake side, it's 13 thousandths of an inch, should be within 10 thousandths of an inch, but that's okay. When it's warm, it'll I think it'll fall within spec somehow. Okay, so we're gonna do compression tests on this bad boy. So I'm gonna speed this up. Okay, so here we are going to be doing compression tests in this engine.